Hi, James. Of course, it's going to tell me to rotate the device. I expect from a cell phone. So it's going to be the wrong way, I guess. Probably going to end up sideways if I do it that way. I don't know. Yeah. Hi, Randy. Yeah, I'm here. I think I started this live stream with my phone the wrong way because it's saying rotate. Am I sideways when I rotate it that way? Because it's saying rotated, so I don't know. I don't know if I turn it sideways or if it's the same way. Well, anyway, yes, okay. Well, we'll have to do it this way. Usually I don't film stuff this way, but it'll work. Um, I went to a train show yesterday, and Randy knows this. And James, meet Randy that's on here, and James is from down in Virginia. Um, one of my YouTube friends. So I don't. I think that's all it's in here. Just Randy and James, but I'll try to make this quick because it's kind of chilly out here. I just started the heater, so it ain't really warm yet. But excuse the mess. As you can see, it's getting cleaned up slow. But I had to tear the Prestonburg area apart, and that's the reason all the stuff got piled over there. So, Maryland, or technically Boonesboro, Maryland, but it's um, basically considered Sharpsburg or Boonesboro because it's down at our ag center. Um, Sometimes they call it Sharpsburg, Maryland. Sometimes they call it Boonesboro, Maryland. I really think it has the address of Boonesboro. But anyway, I found some good stuff um, that I purchased that I wanted. Got a Redding caboose, and actually came with the knuckle couplers. One reason I got it so I wouldn't have to change another car around. That I have not real sure what brand it is, but I can tell that they had cut the original caboose um, pieces, the extensions off of the trucks and mounted body mount um, coupler boxes because it was probably like a lifelike. It's either lifelike. Um, I'm trying to think of the other brand that had those push-in trucks. I know AHM had some of them. I don't know. There's so many brands that bought other people out that. But anyway, moving on. The guy told me he had just got this on the test track before I had bought it, so it works. It's missing. It's missing a front marker window um, with the number in it, but it is number 11. It's on the other one. You can tell that somebody did a sloppy paint job, but I wasn't really worried about it because I wanted it because of the Chesapeake Western, and this was a real railroad. James, you probably know um, a little bit about it, being down in Virginia. It ran originally around Harrisonburg, Virginia. Of course, it was bought up by Norfolk Southern, being that they're in Norfolk and all that. But I thought it was pretty neat. Somebody had repainted it into that, and I couldn't remember if it was a real railroad or not. And I looked it up last night, and it did operate as a real railroad. I thought maybe somebody was just trying to, make a connection between the Chesapeake and Ohio and the Western Maryland or something. But it was a real railroad down in Harrisonburg, Virginia, in them areas. So, of course, it's no longer in business because it's bought up by um, Norfolk Southern. Next purchase, and these two things was from the same guy. So, next two purchases, I bought a little Conrail ore car, and this is a Bachmann. Of course, it came with knuckle couplers. So I got that for like, I don't know, $4, something like that. I always go for the deals, if they have knuckle couplers on it, I spend around $4-5 on stuff. Now this I bought for 15 because I don't have a BNSF car on my layout yet. So I went ahead and bought, a newer car, and this has metal wheels. More than likely, it's probably the first layout that's going to have metal wheels, for the exception of my passenger cars that I'm lighting up with lights and all that. So, which is also another project that I need to get back to one of these days. Next, and those two guys that I just showed you was from another seller. These, of course, are AC Gilbert, the same AC Gilbert that had the American Flyer trains, the erector sets, and all that back in them days. So these things are kind of old. I did test them, and they do not light. They might just be corroded on the contacts or something that I need to clean. The one does not have the little one little contact in it, but I think if I take and be real careful, I can probably put a little screw or little nail head or something in it and solder it, and solder wires to it as permanent leads. No, these was actually excuse me, $5 each. The two guy store price was $2.19 and $1.39 back in them days. That the two guys store went out of business when I was a kid. So Scrumptious, you being that you're younger than me, buddy, you probably wouldn't remember a two guys store since you're over in Canada, I think is where you're at, if I remember right. So I don't know if they had a two guys over in Canada or not. But Okay. Well, they're out of business now. They went out of business back in 1980, 1990 or 1980 something, I think. So I was just a little kid still running around growing up. I was in school, but I was probably still in elementary or in middle school, maybe. I don't know. I know they sold a lot of train stuff in department stores, and that's what Two Guys was. Um, but yeah, I mean they're in pretty good shape. If I'm, mm, let me, I'm gonna lay the camera down a second, guys, so I can open these up and show you. Like I said, I tried them and they did not light, but with a little cleaning and maybe some rewiring, or could just be the bulbs. I might put them over to LEDs or something. But there's the water tower. If I'm getting that on the camera. Hi, John Daly. Welcome to the live feed. Hi, Lancaster 622. I know you're new to my live stream because I had just subscribed to you a couple days ago. So, but anyway, the base just needs glued back on the water tower, and it has a big light bulb. If you, I don't know if you can see that or not. But they're old, so you know if I can put LEDs in them and you know transfer them over like that, then you know I'll make them a little more up to date. But here's the floodlight tower. If you can see that, it's in pretty good shape, and the American Flyer AC Gilbert HO stuff had these little pull out, like they look like sort of near like a rivet head or a nail head. You pull them up, put your wire under it, and push it back down and snap it. Um, One of those is missing on the water tower. Um, but I'm thinking if I just solder permanent wires underneath and you know make a permanent set of leads that I can hook to, then you know it'll be just as, it'll probably be better for me. And all I have to do is put some you know quick disconnects or something on it and disconnect it if I need to move it or whatever. So, but anyway, those two came from the same guy, and these also came from that guy. And this was one of the things that I was after some of, even though they're you know like um they're like a plastic molded. They're not really plastic though. They're like a hard. Um, it's like a mold basically, but it's not rubber. It's more like a plastic mold. Anyway, I bought 3 of the coal loads, and for $5, he gave me 8 of the gray colored loads, which is like a, I guess, a stone or a gravel type load. So you know I can always paint them black. Yeah, that could be Lancaster 622. It could be Redmond. Um, it probably melted, and then you know they put it in the mold, and it dried, and then they probably sprinkled the you know the um coal or whatever on there. I mean, for all I know, that could be sand on top of there, which a lot of people use colored sand for coal because it has the sparkling, like glass looking pieces in it. So anyway, that was from another seller. Now I bought these two items from the last seller that I went by, and this only needs a little bit of work with the roof. It needs glued back together. So you know that ain't no big deal. But this guy's was built out of wood or an old wood kit. But I paid $8 for it, and I mean, cause I didn't really care how much I had to pay for it because I have Swift box cars, and this is going to save me from having to scratch build a building to use those box cars. So now I can just set that in. I figure I could use this as a dock for a truck and have the railroad come in right here at these two docks and load up. So you get a truck and um, two docks for the trains. So, and I thought it was pretty neat. I mean, it only needs a little bit of work right there and somewhere else that it would right up here at this top corner, just a little glue, some clamps, and it should be good to go. I mean, I could probably even put it down like that on something, long as I don't have everything else laying there too, and try to put weight on it. But I think I'll try to clamp it real easy, put some wood against it and clamp it so it don't mar it. Um, but here's the other building front that I got from the guy, and I paid like $9 for that. And like I said, I didn't really care what they cost because it was buildings to me. This is just the building front. As you can see, it don't have no walls or back or full roof. So, but there's that, and I'll be able to put flower cars or feed cars or something, and you can see that whoever built it has the pipe coming through there where the cars can come in and be loaded right under the roof near the dock. So, and I probably got this from a train show a few years back, but I just happen to have this in my stock to go with that building. So, and it says the same name and everything. So, right there, you know, I've got a set of silos that I can set with that building. That's the reason I got the building, because I knew I had that little set of silos. So it'll, you know, that'll really start making it realistic, and then I'll start, you know, adding more silos out of PVC pipe or something, just to give it more silos. But the last thing, which was the first thing I bought because I ran into it, and everybody knows that I'm DC, so I bought this thing, and somebody rigged this up and hand built this as a transformer, because it don't have no name or nothing on it. It was definitely built by somebody, but it has a transformer throttle handle. Um, one of these switches is for direction, forward, reverse for the DC. This other one is for forward, reverse for an isolated or insulated, whichever you want to, however you want to say it, for an isolated track. So when you have your regular train running forward or reverse, you can actually turn that off, go into the isolated track, and still have your throttle turned on, and that turns that on, that train or track or whatever it is, on and off. So somebody looks like a model. Okay, well, no, I think this was made up, Scrumptious, because I mean, whoever built it did a good job. They put it in this little metal case. They put their own terminals on the back. It's labeled here in pencil, which would probably not come up on camera too good. I can see it a little bit, but this is for the isolated track terminals, DC. This is for the DC track, regular track terminals, and the other two right there where my finger is for AC accessories. So I got an idea they might have tore an old or something apart, or it was in bad shape, and they built their own casing, and just to have these two. Yeah, that's what it looks like, Scrumptious. It looks like it's from the square Tyco pack that would come with the older train sets, the metal one versus the plastic one. The plastic one's like a more of a rectangle. But the old metal one, I know what you're talking about. I don't have one laying here anywhere, but I have a few of them. But anyway, this of course is the on and off, and it does work. The guy told me it worked. I came home, I tested everything. I just tested it on one of my engines or on my track, and it works fine. So I mean, it's a pretty good rig up. I mean, I guess they just wanted something small and compact where they could put it in under their have a way to control their train. So that's my train show buys. There was a lot of other stuff I could probably got if I had money and all that, but I seen this stuff, and I when I seen the building front and this Swift building, I jumped on those real quick. Um, there was other houses and stuff that was scratch built, but I was more worried about the buildings than anything, because I want some kind of industrials, at least set cars on the siding too. Not necessarily going to be doing a lot of switching with DC, because of where the switching is going to be located, but at least I can set cars there and change them out, um, different times and make it look different. Make it look like an empty track and then a couple cars sitting there or something another time. So, um, in this case, 5-finger switching, you might say. Manual 5-finger switching. But anyway, guys, I thank you all for coming into the live chat. I just wanted to do this live because my friend normally can't get on here when I do my live feeds on Thursday night. So I see about 6 of you in here and 3 thumbs up. So thank you, Randy. Yeah, if you're good at building, Randy, you and me could get together and try to build something. Make a little money, maybe. I'm not a real good scratch builder. I mean, this building here was um threw together, which I know John Dilly and Joe G and all you Scrumptious probably seen it. All that was just thrown together by um cardboard and piece of styrofoam and bottle caps and some small dowel rod, which is on the roof for the air conditioner or the fan units. And I just threw it together in one night and had it painted in the same night. And that was my orange juice building. I mean, when you're DC, you just, I guess, you don't have a way of doing a lot of switching. This is what you do. You just build any old thing. I mean, you got other guys on YouTube that build stuff out of old cracker boxes, um, cereal boxes, and stuff like that because they can't afford the building kits. So, yep, you're right there, John Dilly. I'm making you hungry, Joe G. Wait, you want to come over and eat my scenery with the mouse? You could come over and have a mouse party. And no thanks, though. I more mice in here if I can help it. I don't know where that little dude is, but I haven't been out here, but I also haven't heard him running around the ceiling here lately. So maybe all the stuff that he ate might have got to him and backed him up. Yet, and usually when I'm in here, I'll hear somebody going across the ceiling, the drop ceiling. But okay, guys, well. Yeah, just put out some seasoning. You're right. A big sticky trap with him. Let him eat and wiggle his way off the sticky trap. He won't make it far once he gets on them sticky traps. He'll just... No problem, Scrumptious. I just did this in the spur of the moment because I wanted to do this, a different kind of train show buy update. So I just thought I'd do this live and make it different. I'm glad you made it too, Joe G. I know you with the fire department, so. Hi, Jennifer. Sparky, Jennifer, it's Rodney, not Sparky. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to try to get some of this piled up mess cleaned up. Good luck. I don't know. It's became more of a mess out here in the same couple, or the last couple days that I was out here, which was about 2.5 weeks ago, almost 3 weeks. So anyway, there's the buys, guys. If I can get them all on the, I know the cameras or I'm filming this the wrong way, but there it all is. I'll talk to you later. Everybody have a good, safe day. Rest of your weekend. And thanks for watching.